At Arizona State University, we've made online education better, smarter, and more personalized so you can go further in your aspiring field.
I decided to pursue medicine once I realized that ASU did have the online program for biological sciences. You're still required to learn the same curriculum. You're still being tested on the same content that anyone would be tested on in person. The comprehensiveness of the program prepared me so well for medical school.
Explore over 350 plus programs at asuonline.asu.edu.
You're listening to a Frequency Podcast Network production.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Welcome to Monday. My name is Brock.
I'm Dalby.
A lot of sex toys were thrown on NFL fields yesterday.
Yeah.
3 dildos hit NFL fields in Detroit, Miami, and Cincinnati yesterday alone.
The thing that always makes me laugh, and going back to when this started with WNBA games and then NBA, now the NFL, is just the idea that someone is sitting there with a sex toy in their pocket for the whole duration of the game.
Oh, sneaking it in is crazy.
and then finally being like, this is my moment, and fishing it out and throwing it onto the field.
The best one came, I don't know if you watched the Bengals and Jags game. Check this out. Touchdown pass into the end zone, and then wait. And then you see that come flying in there. And then look at CBS. They thought it was a flag.
They thought the referee threw the flag on the play.
Because it was like a fluorescent green, like a yellow.
I mean, there's definitely a penalty, but it's not on either of the teams.
That just makes it so much better that someone sitting in the broadcast truck was like, oh, he threw a flag. He threw a flag.
Just like was looking at the corner of his eye, not super paying attention, saw something bounce in the end zone and went, hit the button, hit the graphic.
Yeah. Well, the fact that they did get CBS to put the flag symbol on TV, that's just going to encourage more people to continue to do this.
We are opening the door for copycats here, so it was funny this time, but if this keeps going, it's going to get annoying.
No, it's still going to be funny. It's forever going to be funny. My thing that I wonder is, there's all this stuff about sneaking it in and whatnot, are they new or are they gently used? Like, are these things that people are bringing from home? Like,
that's a fair point, because those aren't exactly things that you generally can find for sale secondhand. So the idea would be that you're either going into your own personal collection or you're buying brand new, which I don't think those are cheap.
I just feel bad for the security guard who has to pick it up. They should give him like little doggy bags so he can, doesn't have to actually touch it.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Did you, like I'm sure all of us did, spend your weekend being excited for and then watching the Emmy Awards?
I didn't even know the Emmys were on last night, to be honest with you.
Found out this morning. It's such a sad thing how award shows have seemingly cratered in society.
I mean, like
days.
the VMAs were last weekend too. I don't know. Award shows I feel like nobody cares about anymore.
But it's like coming out of it, I've seen some people talking about how it was kind of cool that Seth Rogen won like a bunch of awards, like becoming more of like a serious person in Hollywood. So that's interesting.
I just don't care what like famous people have to say anymore, I guess is it.
That's kind of it. Although you would then agree, if you missed the awards, maybe you missed this, Nate Bargatze, the comedian.
Oh, I love him, yeah.
He was the host.
Nice.
Some mixed reviews, although his strong suit doesn't seem like it would be the Emmys. But he came out with a bit at the beginning. Listen to this.
As a host, they asked me, when you give your thank you speeches, they just said you got to keep them on time. Everybody gets 45 seconds. And honestly, if you get here, I'm not trying to take anything away. I am going to donate $100,000 to the Boys and Girls Club of America. If you stay 45 seconds, it stays at $100,000. Every second you go over 45 seconds, we will deduct $1,000 away from the Boys and Girls Club.
Oh, my God.
I know. If you go under, we will put $1,000 a second back on.
Like, he's paying this. This is his money that he put up. And he basically said, he's like, if all of you guys come up and just like, all right, thank you, and walk away.
We'll donate more money.
I'll donate a ton of money to the Boys and Girls Club of America. You want to know what the final tally was?
What?
It was negative. They went below zero. So many people went over in their speeches. And this is with some people like Seth Rogen, who intentionally cut some of their speeches short.
We got to give the shame bell to Hollywood on that one. That's hilarious, man.
Actually, they went up there and they were like, listen, 45 seconds. Thank your people. Say it fast. And then be done. And we'll donate a bunch of money to kids.
And they still couldn't shut up.
And they were like, nah, man, I got to thank my agent and my mistress.
I don't know. I didn't watch last night, but what they should have done was they should have had like a live feed on one of the screens of like a bunch of kids from the Boys and Girls Clubs just like pleading for the winner to stop.
Please stop.
Yeah.
Please, we're so hungry.
I don't know. Did they do the music thing or did they just have kids in the background that are like, please, sir, please?
Maybe that would have been more effective. They did have the ticker, like the number on
Yeah.
all the monitors so people could see in real time how much money they were
They
costing.
should have just had the whole like first row, just kids from the Boys and Girls Club. Like, why are you doing this stuff, sir?
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
You know, we started thinking, what would be a good time in life to have the playoff or the walk-off music that they use at the Oscars or the Emmys in real life? We've got friend of the show, Brother Jay, on the phone. What do you think, man?
I gotta say, any of the people that sing the American anthem,
You wish you could play them out?
yep, because they just drag it on and on and on.
Oh,
and
I get what
on.
you're saying,
Yeah.
like at some of those all-star games or whatever.
Yeah. If you're just singing the anthem and you're singing it from start to finish, that's fine. It's the ones that
Yeah.
start going on and they loop back.
Where they ling on the
and-
Brave.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Although I
And
will
then-
say, as a somewhat rehabilitated degenerative gambler, I've made a lot of money taking the over on national anthems over the years.
Yeah, that's a pretty good bet.
Another big one that's being texted in is everybody that has kids saying when their kids are telling them a story that they wish they could just play them off.
Dude, my son had a play date this weekend, and when he came home, I made the mistake of asking how it went. And I swear to God, I've watched Canadian Parliament meetings that went shorter.
And then,
and all they did was play Fortnite. It wasn't even that crazy.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just like, all right, bud, wrap it up. Let's go. Come on.
when you're talking to a stranger at the grocery store, you catch some old timer telling tales. Wouldn't it be nice to just? Anyways, I gotta get out of here. Yeah.
Oh, when you run into somebody that you haven't talked to in a long time, like someone you knew from like high school, you were acquaintances
Yeah.
at best then, but now all of a sudden they want to tell you everything that's happened in the last 20 years. You're just like, no, we're not doing this.
You can look this sound up on YouTube. Just look up Oscar pretentious playoff music the next time you're at a party and it's lingering a bit too much. Just
Oh, dude. Imagine playing this when you're the host and you're trying to get people to
Yes.
leave at the end of the night.
Yes.
They're just lingering, and all of a sudden you just start swelling this up on your home stereo.
guys, it's time to start slapping your thighs and getting the hell out of here, all
The
right?
Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Starting in 2026, Uber will now let you book helicopter rides.
Sick. Where are they getting the helicopters from?
It says they're planning to launch helicopter rides in 2026, allowing users to book flights directly through the app. The service will debut with airport transfers in major cities, targeting time-conscious travelers. So it's not like you can just be hanging out at the bar and be like, give me a copter. Like,
Right, yeah. When you pull up the app and you're like, Uber, Uber X, Uber Black, Uber Copter to pick you up like on the street outside your favorite bar.
pick you up at the top of your apartment building. Although it would be pretty sick if it was like that. Imagine going on a first date and pulling up to the bar or the restaurant and getting down off the little ladder and being like, oh, sorry, I'm running a little late here.
The lady that you're meeting up for the first time is like waiting outside the restaurant for you. You come swooping down already on the rope ladder. Like,
Yeah.
I'll be right down.
What happens if you get kicked out mid-ride?
They give you a little parachute, ask you to leave. Pull that scam you see in the cars where people will like cancel the ride halfway through to try and not pay. Do that in the helicopter, they just kick you out.
Puking outside of one of those Ubers is literally deadly.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Crikey. It's time for Animal Impressions with Croc and Digby. Sorry, Brock and Dalby.
All right, we've got $100 in Lotto Max tickets for tomorrow night's jackpot, and we're going to play animal impressions here.
Lotto Max up to $21 million for that jackpot tomorrow. You're going to win $100 if you are our best elephant today on the show.
Elephant mating call
Yes.
specifically.
Sorry. didn't mean to undercut the serious nature.
Which someone texted and said 50% of that sounds like you're letting the air out of a balloon. If you are not one of our turned on elephants this morning, that does mean you are a judge. 762-555. Let us know who does the best elephant mating call. We will start on line 1 here. Hey, good morning. Who's this?
Jeff.
Jeff. All right, buddy. We need you to do this for us. Can you do that for us, Jeff?
I'll give it a whirl.
All right, let's hear it, buddy.
So we were looking for horny elephant. We started horny teenager and then went Tarzan.
I was gonna say it was horny something, yeah. All right, Jeff, stay on hold and make no promises. All right, let's go to line 2 here. Hey, good morning. Who's this?
It's Bobby. What's going on?
Bobby. All right, this is what we need from you. Can you do that for us, Bobby?
Yep.
Bobby went too hard. He finished early.
She sounded like a bed squeaking. We'll keep you on hold here. Everything else is good. You just forgot the roar.
Yeah.
All right, we'll go to line 3. Hey, good morning. Who's this?
Hey, Sam.
Sam, all right, this is yours to steal here. Don't forget the roar.
All right.
That was a roar.
I think that's the one.
That's the one.
Give you the ding, a round of applause, and $100 in Lotto Max tickets. All right, buddy?
Awesome.
If you do happen to win the big jackpot, got some nickels and dimes, or at least take us on a safari in Africa so we can hear it in person.
Oh, we'll be hearing it in person.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Apparently, you are not allowed to bring alligators into Walmart. This feels like a Florida Man headline, but it's not. Emotional support alligator no longer allowed at Walmart. Apparently, this dude in Pennsylvania says he's been taking his, quote, support gator shopping there for about 3.5 years. And I guess some people recently complained a few weeks ago. And listen to the statement from Walmart. It says, "We welcome service animals in our stores, but it is unacceptable to expose members of the public to potential danger. Accordingly, alligators are not permitted on our premises."
I mean, can I just say something? I saw the pictures of the guy. He's got the gator in the shopping cart, which right off the bat feels like it's essentially in a cage. It looks adorable.
I mean, it looks pretty cute in the sweater.
It looks cute as hell.
If I came around the corner and saw that thing, I'd freak. It's crazy that it took 3.5 years for someone to complain, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, I get, like, I was out for a walk with the family this weekend. I saw a few people walking with, like, support dogs and stuff like that. I fully understand. I guess I would just ask, like, what support is the gator giving?
I mean, dude, people cross the street when they see my pit bull, let alone if I was walking around Walmart with an alligator.
Maybe that's it, actually. Now that I think of it, if you were out for a walk with a gator on a leash, I personally would never feel more confident in my life that I'm going to be safe.
Yeah.
That I'm going to be okay.
I think the thing with these emotional support animals is, like, technically any animal can be an emotional support animal. Like, it's not like a seeing eye dog or something where they need to be trained.
Wasn't there a story not long ago? We talked about it on the show. If somebody got kicked off an airline because they tried to bring an emotional support peacock onto the flight.
Oh, there's tons of those. Yeah, every sort of emotional support animal is not a service animal is the thing.
I guess that's the difference, right? Like, service animal, like, there's training, there's certification, there are other things. Whereas this emotional support animal that's fairly new in our lexicon.
Yeah. I mean, like, if my dog bites someone, we have to put it down. Like, it should be the exact same protocol for that gator.
If your Walmart alligator bites somebody, who's going to jump in and tell him he has to stop?
If an alligator is an emotional support animal, then I should be allowed to drink beer at Walmart for my emotional support,
This is my emotional support six-pack?
Yeah.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
For you.
Well, I was at work, and it was a fairly busy day, early summer, and this group of people came in, and then another lady followed behind them with of all things, a baby lamb in her arms.
In her arms?
And where do you work?
In her arms. I work at Harry's in Picton.
Oh, you work at a restaurant.
Yeah. And we kind of said, it's an open-air restaurant, so you can't have the animal in here. And she said, well, if it was dead, you'd let it be in here. Well, yeah, because then it's called meat.
Yeah, you should have been like, unless you want to make lamb chops for everyone here.
Yeah.
Well, I was like, yeah, if you want me to kill it, throw it on the grill, I'll do that.
We can serve this up for you. Give me 20 minutes.
Oh, yeah. Whatever you want. We'll do whatever you want.
Full Korean barbecue style.
Oh, yeah.
You can cook it yourself.
Oh, the craziest thing I've ever seen, though. Oh, my Lord.
Oh, that is wild. You know what? That makes me think of, I knew a dude who had a pig a few years ago, and I went over to his place, and, like, we drank the night before, and we're having breakfast, and he's making bacon, and the pig is, like, sitting on the couch. And I was like, this feels so messed up right now.
Honest to God, like, it's so... My mother-in-law, at one point, had a turkey that lived both like in the yard, but was also like, if the weather was bad, would come into the house.
Did they celebrate Thanksgiving with it?
Yes. The day I met the turkey for the first time was us pulling up the driveway for Thanksgiving dinner. I was like, I don't think you've cooked it long enough.
There's a lot of people texting in weird ones. Raccoons, a few of them out there. I've met someone like that. That's a bizarre one.
Yeah.
Someone said I had a buddy who had a pet crow once.
I've heard that. You can train crows to, like, bring you gifts and stuff like that. It's actually pretty cool.
It just feels terrifying. You're watching a scary movie and that thing starts going off.
Or it's an emotional support crow and it lands on your shoulder and lets you know you're going to be okay.
We've got Curtis on the phone. Curtis, what's the weirdest animal you've ever seen someone have as a pet?
The service snake.
A service snake, you say?
Tell us the story about that. So you saw a service snake?
It was in a courthouse, in family court. And apparently the woman had it on her arm when she got anxiety. It would sense it and it would squeeze her arm.
Brother's just sitting over here like Jake the Snake Roberts in the courthouse.
That's the most intimidating thing to have in family court.
Right?
It's the weirdest thing I ever saw.
Just imagine he's there for custody.
Honestly, I want like kids.
That's like a lethal weapon.
Right?
You're not allowed to bring a gun into a courtroom, but you can bring a snake?
Yep.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Continuing to hear about people's wild support animals or pets in general. Heather says, had a pet wild boar. Kevin said, I knew a guy who had a pet deer. We've got someone else on the phone. What's it for you, man?
I don't know if it was a pet or what, but I lived in Indiana about 20 years ago, and I seen this lady get on the bus, and she had a tarantula.
Did she
Not
know?
In a cage.
Did she know it was on her?
Oh, yeah, she knew.
Oh, God.
So wait, like in like a little box, a little cage, a little terrarium?
Nope. She just had it in her hands. When she sat down on the bus, she opened her hands, and then the thing went out, crawling on her.
Free range.
Yes. I was like, ew.
Oh, that would have made me so uncomfortable. She like turns around. Don't worry, he's friendly.
I don't care if he's friendly.
Yeah, everybody else in the bus was like touching it, and I was just like, nope, I'll stay on this side, thanks.
I mean, it's such a bold thing to take an animal that people are terrified of and be like, I'm going to let it roam free on this public transit.
Yeah, I was like, if that thing comes near me, it's gone.
Imagine getting in trouble for stomping out someone's pet spider. Bringing a spider on public transit is a great way to make sure nobody sits by you, though.
That's true.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
K-Rock's What the Bleep with the Trues.
All right, we've got $2,800 on the line right now. We've got Tony on the phone. Tony, how the heck you doing this morning, brother?
I'm having a fantastic day. How about yourself?
Oh, we're doing good. We're hoping we can give you this money. Have you been taking a look at all the wrong guesses?
No, I have not.
Oh, no.
I know.
That doesn't necessarily... Hey, I mean, listen, maybe the guess you have in your mind is completely different from everyone else, but it makes me nervous, Tony.
It does.
Okay, well, Tony, I'm sure you've heard this clip a million times.
Hey, this is John Angus McDonald from the Trues. The one thing I never get tired of playing is...
Have you at least put some thought into your guess?
I think it's playing live.
You think it's playing live?
Yes, contest.
Do you want to lock that one in, Tony?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, Tony, that one's been guessed before,
That's not it.
All right. See, dude, I'm telling you, it pays. Download the Seeker app. You can see all the wrong guesses there. All right, my man?
Yes. All right.
All right. Take care, Tony. He may not have won $2,800. He did bring it up to $2,900 at 5 o'clock, though.
In his defense, it has been an exact calendar week since Robin guessed live right here on our show. So, how is he supposed to remember?
I'm telling you, just download the app, check out the wrong guesses, make sure you're up to date. You don't want to pull a Tony here.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
The Foo Fighters played their first show since 2024 over the weekend. Pretty cool. Very last minute, and they ended up playing in a small club of like 800 people on Saturday.
Can't even imagine. I've seen them in festival kind of settings. I've also seen them in arenas. Arena feels like an intimate setting for a band that big.
Now they're doing another one tonight. They're playing at some other club in California, and I love the way they're doing things right now. For Saturday's show, it was like Friday night they announced it.
Yeah.
They said you had to be at the box office only to get tickets. It's the same thing for this one. Yesterday, I think it was between 1 and 5. You could go to the venue to get tickets. They were $30 exactly was what it cost for the tickets. But they were doing it in the best way. It was physical tickets only. So you legit had to go to the venue. You couldn't go on a StubHub or anything like that.
Right.
If you got tickets, you couldn't put them on a third-party site and resell them or anything.
They're your tickets. You will go to the show, and that is final.
You legit had to do it old-fashioned time and go wait in line at the box office to go get them.
I still can remember, though, when I was getting started in radio and living in Edmonton, going to college, and wanting to go see some of my favorite bands, of having to go down to the venue, stand outside, you would get talking to other people who also loved. You would compare notes. You'd find other bands that you liked.
The best part about this is it was a 2-ticket max. So unless both of us went and we each got 2 tickets, that's all you could get. So there's no scalpers at all.
Yeah.
Which I do love, because that's the biggest pain in the ass about getting tickets now is even if you have a pre-sale code or whatever, you get in there and some dude just goes and has a bunch of accounts and he buys millions of tickets.
Right.
And then you're left paying an arm and a leg on a StubHub or a third-party site.
And that's the thing, too, is it sucks for the fans, but it also sucks for the bands. How many times have you been to a show where a good chunk of the floor or the first row or whatever is empty because those tickets were bought by scalpers who couldn't sell them, put them too high, whatever? Imagine you're the band and you're like, we have a sold-out show today. That's so cool. Oh, it's only 3/4 full because the rest of them are bots.
And I mean, don't get me wrong. There's a huge convenience of not having to go wait outside the box office in Toronto for a show. We wouldn't be able to do that here. What are you going to take the day off work to go drive down there?
Right, just to try and buy tickets.
But I would like to see, because they have us do those little CAPTCHA tests to make sure that you're not a robot trying to buy tickets.
Yeah.
I think what they should do, especially for the pre-sales, because you can get your pre-sale code to get in. You can find that stuff on Ticketmaster or Twitter. You don't need to have a newsletter subscription.
Right.
I think what they should do is they should have a 10-second timer before you buy your tickets, and you should have to finish the lyrics to a song or something like that.
Yeah, you have to show that you know the band, you're a human being, you can respond to
questions.
questions.
There's a reason you deserve to be in the pre-sale.
That's right. I don't like the idea of gatekeeping a band from anybody, but I don't think it's unreasonable to be hey, if you're going to buy these pre-sale front row, first row tickets, you should know the name of their last album.
Gatekeeping music is not cool, but gatekeeping concerts is a whole different story.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
So I tried my hand at being a soccer coach for my kids' soccer team during the summer. That season has come to an end. I re-registered Marcus for another round
of
a
house fall
league.
season?
Yeah. And to my sort of surprise and delight, the team already had a coach. So I'm one and done. I'm back on the sidelines. And can I say it has been a struggle? We are 2 weeks in, and the guy who's coaching the team, he's a parent of a couple players on the team. It's great. But he's doing a good job. But now I'm I feel like a hockey parent. You know what I mean? I feel like I want to yell and tell the kids what they should be doing.
Do you feel like you should be behind the bench still? Is that what you're feeling?
Yeah. I feel like I'm sitting there and I'm watching I'm watching my son in net, and he's kind of got his hands behind his back, he's staring at the butterflies, and I want to be Marcus, you got to pay attention. The ball's down there. And then I'm ooh, no. I can't be that parent.
See, I think the thing is, most parents yell at their kids is because they're mad at their kid. They're I'm spending so much money. Come on, do the thing, please.
I will say there was a kid on the other team whose parents, they were like just outside the fence walking their dogs, which was like, yeah, that's really smart. Get the dogs some exercise. But they're yelling over the fence and like chirping their own kid. I was just like, yeah, this is why I'm going to sit here this season and be real quiet, because I cannot imagine showing up to my kid's soccer game and berating them over a fence.
Sometimes they need it, though. Sometimes they need the extra little kick in the butt. I mean, my mom would do things to me. My mom was a real, like, hockey mom. Like, I'd finish a game, and she'd be like, don't think you were skating enough. And it'd be a pretty silent, like, car ride on the way home or whatever. But I do think, like I said, I think there's two types of parents. There's the ones that yell at their kids because they're mad that they're not doing the thing that they're paying them to be out there doing.
Right.
And then there's the other parents that are sitting there being like, this was my dream, and I want you to fulfill my dream.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Dalby was talking about his son's soccer, which made me laugh. My stepson is going into U13 as a goalie this year because we promised him 1 year as a player, which turned into 2 years because every time he skates, it looks like he's having a seizure on ice. Anyways, he's going to be a goalie this year, and he thinks he's like Patrick Waugh. So I've already made a bet with friends whose kids play U15 and 18 that they're going to light his ass up when they put ice in their backyard. Would you guys like to participate?
Absolutely not.
Wait, is this your stepson we're talking about?
Yeah, my real son's playing U9 this year. He knows he's no Wayne Gretzky. He gets mad at me when I yell at him, 2 hands on the stick.
That is the most petty stepfather behavior I've ever heard in my life.
It's crazy, dude.
Hey, I love the kid, but it's a valuable lesson. When you have 2 people in your family that have actually played junior, and one has definitely played in the OHL as a goalie, you might want to shut up and listen and take instructions. So,
I guess.
Yeah.
This sounds like the plot of a Disney movie.
Oh, shit.
Would you like to produce it, Brock?
I'm not a gambler myself. I'm okay.
That's what I thought. I thought you guys would laugh. Have a good morning.
Cheers.
Bye.
You know, I love friend of the show, James, a lot, but that is one of the craziest things I've ever heard.
There's a lot of audacity in that phone call.
I mean, hey, not everybody loves their stepkids, but it's better than hitting them, I guess, right?
Want to be a part of the podcast?
Leave a message on the Bad Line.
The Bad Line is the answering machine for the Brock and Dalby Show.
To get the number, text the word BAD to 762-555.
Thanks for listening to the Brock and Dalby Podcast.